And good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Monday evening, Monday night connection. And happy to be with you this week. Thank you for hosting us, Rachel. And obviously, we are in a very important days. You know, wherever you are, whatever you connecting to, and it's what we call the 10 days. The 10 days between Rosh Hashana and Yom Kippur. These 10 days, called the 10 days of Tshuva, which mean the 10 days of complete transformation. So Kabbalistically, we know that the whole period of time of the 22 days between Rosh Hashanah and the end, we call Simchat Torah, we're going to speak about it, is 22 days that are correspond to building a structured vessel that we will be able to use for the sake of revealing light, not for ego, not for negativity. That vessel doesn't work. But the vessel that we build throughout these 22 days is what we call, a spiritual vessel, is consisted with and divided to 3-column system. In the time of what we call the time of judgment, right? Rosh Hashanah, it's called the 10 days until Yom Kippur. We're building what we call the left column. Our desire to receive. How much do you want to receive this year? That's in these 10 days. What is how much, how easy would you give up? How fast we will back up from the big plan you had to do? That is dictated in those 10 days. More than that, you have 2 days of Rosh Hashanah, and you have the 1 day of Yom Kippur, which is give you a total control and dominion on the energy, what we call the upper 3 sfirot, upper level of your connection, in the body called the head, controlling the head. And then there's the 7 days of the week, we call the 7 sfirot, the 7 below, that control what we call the body, right? How the body is going to go. You should know that every year in those days, you have an opportunity. So let's say today it's Monday, it's the 3rd day. Monday, today, whatever happened today, whatever the day brought to you today, it meant to help you to transform the rest of the Mondays of the year. Tomorrow is Tuesday. It's meant to transform for all the Tuesdays of the year. But let's say this Tuesday or tomorrow, I want to be robotic. I don't care about consciousness. I don't care about transformation. Whatever it is, the people in the world. That's why always you can check. Monday is always the same for most people, right? Monday, or in different countries when you work Sunday, it's Sunday again, right? It's always like that, and obviously it's really the consciousness of the people dictate of the day. So what is the days that bring us throughout the year? What you're going to be able to observe in this day, unlike any other time. So what do you want to focus on? Every day have its own unique gift, specifically building your left column, which means building your desire for the entire year. Most of us are getting excited at the beginning of the year. Oh, I'm going to do my spiritual work. I'm going to connect. I'm this. And then a few weeks later, I'm tired. I'm exhausted, and all kind of reasons like that. So it's important in these days, in what we call the left column, called the judgment, which means strong awakening of consciousness, strong awakening of desire, to be used as a vessel to reveal absolute light and revelations and complete transformation. A desire should be focused. Our vessel should be really geared only to reveal light, no nonsense, no negativity, and no waste of time. This is what you want. So every day, you will see it have its nature of the day, of these days, of these 7 days. If you really pay attention, if you're just really able to ask yourself in the end of the day, obviously if you can in the morning, to set your consciousness to really see and to hear what I need to hear so I can transform it. But if not, in the end of the day, sit down and just like sit with your journal or with something, you know, and where was my mind today? How did I interact with this individual? Where was my ego today? How negative was I today? Throughout the day, I said maybe 500 words. How many of them are positive? How many of them were negative? Right? Look into that. This is what you want to do these days. Because anything that you see and you recognize as negative, Yom Kippur comes and convert all those empty, those gaps, call it negativity is a gap, right? Into positivity, into great revelation for you this year. Whatever you don't see, it doesn't do it. That's what telling you that there is no God who is upset with you, who is like in charge over you. Yes, that light, we cannot do the work without it. Our soul all need that light, but been given to us to decide how that light will be channeled, how we will be channeled. And that is these tools. It's a tool. It's not simply a holiday ceremony of tradition, right? This is absolute consciousness. And then, if you understand it deeply, it's to work. It's to work cosmically. It's to really understand the cosmos and how it works and how it meant to bring to me what I ask and what I see can help me transform. And what I don't see, it stay there maybe next year. Who knows? So first, you should know the cosmic opportunity. What do we do? What are we building in these days? Then you have what we call the Yom Kippur. The Yom Kippur, everybody know it's the Day of Atonement. We know if you read it in the Bible, in the Torah, it's called Yom Kippurim. Yom Kippurim. Yom Kippur is singular. Yom Kippurim is plural, right? So why do they call it Yom Kippurim in a plural way? Because there are 2 days that are similar in their energy. And I explain the energy and the opportunity that we all have in Yom Kippur. But again, Yom Kippur, if you remember, like we spoke about the month of Elul, the month of Virgo, is just the work, and Rosh Hashana is a manifestation of what work I've done with myself. Second thing is, these 10 days, the work that I'm going to do in these 10 days will help me awaken Yom Kippur using that tool. It's not simply, you know, a day of atonement, right? It's a day of revelation. Kabbalistically, they call it the cosmic energy of Binah. I'll explain what it means, Binah, because that's what you're connecting in Yom Kippur. And it's important to understand why they call it Yom Kippurim, 2 days, almost in plural. So literally means Yom Kippurim is Yom, it's a day like Purim. Purim is, if you remember, that's a day around March, April, right? We wearing costume, we're reading the Megillah. We spoke about it in many classes, and we're gonna get there, we're gonna understand it. So Yom Kippurim, the day of Yom Kippur, it's only a day like that day of Yom Purim, which is also 1 day. What does it mean for us? That there is 2 days that are similar, but it's important for us to understand how the flow of that day works. The Purim, right? It's called Itaruta Mileila. It's an awakening from above. It's a free gift. Yeah, you are not deserved. Let me make a miracle. Right? A Pila Tapur, changing the destiny. You not deserve, but I'm going to give you. Yom Kippur, these days, needs some work. It's called Itaruta Milatata. It's awakening from below. That's what it means. But it's a similar energy is walking up. But Yom Kippur, these days, needs some work, from below us, need to do the work. What is the work? Like I said, first in these days, make sure you make a note of what comes. What comes in those days: physical pain, money pain, emotional pain, mental issues, whatever it is, argument, some crazy things happening, right? Whatever. It's all part of what need to be cleansed. It's all part of what need to be transformed for you as a vessel to be used this year. You have to observe it. You have to recognize it, and don't say, "Oh, it's a mistake," or call it this way. Don't do that. Right? It's important for us. So, to the degree that you're able to awaken and know your negativity, what comes to me in these days, show me what I need to work on. Yom Kippur comes, automatically washes that away. But there needs to be a work from below, some awakening from below. As I said before, Purim, you can't do much about it. It's just come and give you, pouring on you, what we call the light of Binah, which we learn a little bit more about it. So please be aware this week. Where are my shortcomings? Where am I, giving over love? Where am I like stingy with my love? Where am I like selective with my love? Or how long you speak to these people and how long you spoke to these people? Or, how low you can go in an argument, right? That's happening. Sometimes I find myself like, why am I going to this argument? Why am I even engaged in that? So you pause right away. If I'm like, but then you have to ask, how did I go that low? I guess I need to learn again. Obviously, sometimes we're going low to draw whatever fell there in that moment. But we shouldn't go that low in our conversation. How negative you can be. But this, remember, that if you don't awaken that and remember that and understand that this is part of, more you see, more greater vessels you're going to have this year. So don't be afraid to look inside. Don't be afraid to admit to yourself that, you lying to yourself, you lying to others. These are the days to observe, and Yom Kippur come, you elevate it, and the day washes that away. This is the process. These days, awaken all kind of things you need to work on. You observe them, you look at them, you register them, and then you bring them to Yom Kippur with your consciousness, and you mention them for yourself in your prayer, in your connection. And that day, what we call the cosmic energy of Binah, washes that away and only reveal the goodness from it. So this is the process. We know that in this Shabbat, this coming Shabbat, we have a special Shabbat. Has to be in those 10 days a Shabbat between. Why? Because the universe knows that our work is so hard, but we're not doing 100% of the work. So therefore we receive support called Shabbat, which help us to elevate whatever cannot be elevated. Help us see whatever we're not able to see. So this Shabbat, you also want to ask, and again, we're going to be together. Those of us who are coming to be with us together in this Shabbat, we're going to speak more about that idea, that concept, because this is what's important. Most of us don't know that we are so super connected to everybody else in the world. And everybody else in the world are super connected to us. This idea, that's what Yom Kippur is about. Yom Kippur is a global day. Yom Kippur, you will see. I'm not saying this, but I'm sure at some point we're going to do a huge Yom Kippur prayer for the world. Over here in New York, maybe Central Park, maybe some other huge places, to bring thousands and thousands together with the Kabbalistic consciousness, we can shift the world. We can shift the world negativity into positivity. That's why I wish for all of us to do, because this is an international day. This is a cosmic day. This is a quantum effect that day. This is the opportunity. Why? Again, this day of Yom Kippur tells you that sometimes you are not the cause of the negativity, right? You can look around in your life. Many times you are not the one who made that negative things, but somehow you suffer the consequences because you are part of that, or part of the group, or associate with that, or around that, you know? It's important to understand that sometimes someone make bad choices in somewhere in the world, all of a sudden the other side of the world suffer the consequences. So you can say, oh, there was an earthquake here, and there was a fire in Hawaii, and everybody finding reasons and blaming everybody. It's money, it's this. Yeah, you can call it. You can find with the laser and the colors, and the people show me like okay, yes, there is a physical reason. But is that the reason? The physical reason or the fault, whose fault was it? That's not the point. It's a certain judgment in the world that I was awakened, that walking up in that weakness of the people to make the fire. Call it this way. But that negativity, it shouldn't be. But we need to know we're all responsible for that fire. We're all responsible for an earthquake. We're all responsible that that child is sick, or that person doesn't find his soulmate, or that person doesn't find a job. We're all responsible for that. I have a job. I'm okay. No, I'm okay. I have my thing, doing my thing, I have my apartment, I have my dad, I have my friends, I have my circle. I don't care. Yeah, you can. But you're not protected. You're not protected from anything. Because the fact that other people in the world are suffering, it's a quantum. So I'll tell you an example. For me, if we understand it's a global day, we understand that we all part of this one body. So if, let's say, my hand were swing and hit somebody, right? So would I tell the person, hey, by the way, it's not me, it's you need to talk to the hand. The hand did it. I didn't do it. I'm telling you, I had no intention to hurt you. It's my hand did it by itself. No. Any part of the body that is hurting somebody else, the entire body suffers. It's important for us to understand. You and I, or that person behave negatively, it's reflecting on us, on all humanity. You can call it whatever you want, blame, and all of that. This is what we want to solve in Yom Kippur. Why? Because there are many negative actions that you read about, that you need to be responsible for, that are completely removed from your movie. You will never do something like that. But it says, because globally we are connected, because on a quantum level we are connected, those of us who have the eyes to see or to do those connections, those of us who somehow got connected on Kabbalah, we do the work for everybody else. I don't care. No, why should I do the work? Because I don't want negativity for this world. So if I see today and I take responsibility for God forbid, for something that is so terrible, it says to take responsibility for, a violation that I would never commit, but I know somebody in the world committed that, it's as if my hand committed it. Even you are not connected to that person in Sweden or in Africa or in Brazil. It doesn't matter where. You are one organ. We all are one body. And if someone damaging his eyes, the body is all in charge. If somebody kicks something wrong, the whole body is in charge. This is the day of Yom Kippur. And this is why we're asking as many as people we can to take responsibility for the world. And again, these days, we can influence the world the same way that the influence in negativity, we can tilt in that day. Complete shift on the energy of negativity that is holding on this world to complete revelation, complete world shift. Again, this is the opportunity that we have. So what are we asking? We're asking for forgiveness, right? It says, "Vakesh slicha." Slicha is forgiveness. Yeah, I'm asking for forgiveness. Yeah, whoever I hurt in this reincarnation, in a different reincarnation. What reincarnation? I don't even know if I knew that person. It's very simple. Anyone that is in your circle, in your sphere, you see them, maybe tomorrow, maybe this year, you never know which people. These are people that comes to you from a previous situation. Maybe you know them from this lifetime, but if not, it has to be something that you have an unfinished business. It can be just a hug to finish the business. It can be just you owe them and you pay for the cab. Or it can be that you just need to receive from them some information. Who knows? So be open. Be open for that even bigger picture, not just this lifetime. So we're asking forgiveness, slicha. And interesting enough, the Kabbalah shows you that the word slicha is forgiveness. But if you understand to put the dot differently or to pronounce it differently, it's called shlicha, to send away. So the actual forgiveness is what? Why do I ask to forgive? Is it the hardest thing for us to do? The hardest thing for us is to forgive others and to really accept forgiveness of others that really hurt us. Why is that so important? First of all, there's a code. These are codes. It's unbelievable, beautiful. The word salah is the same numerical value as the word tzach. Tzach is shining, right? Cleaning. So the word slicha, the word forgiveness, when you forgive others to the degree that is uncomfortable for you, you shine your vessel. You see clearly your soul. That's what it means. To ask for forgiveness from someone is absolutely uncomfortable. But what do you do with that? You shine your consciousness. You shine your that window that disturb you from connecting to your soul. To shine your soul to the world. That's the word. And why is the word slicha is the word same word as shlicha? Shlicha is send away. Send away what? Send away your judgment in Yom Kippur. That's what you do. You're sending away your judgment, and they get purified and transform into a vessel that you can use for a bigger, deeper, and much wider view of life. Much, much wider view of life. That is slicha. But I'm sending away the judgment. You need to make a small commitment. In order to send away the judgment away from your life, what do you mean judgment? Again, I don't want to say judgment that is sometimes a harsh word. But in Kabbalistically, we know judgment is many limitations that we have. Many ways that we don't see why we behave this way, why we behave that way. So that's what it means judgment, limitation, shortcoming, small thinking. These are judgmental ways. The slicha is not activated. You're not sending away your negativity if you don't have commitment to, as a result, to receive a new vessel, so it will be used for goodness, right? For mercy on people, for awakening of compassion on others. How many of us speak in the merit of others? How many of us like to speak good about others, right? It's a pen. It's really the pen. It's not an easy way for all of us. Depend on the people who did harm or negativity to you, right? It's easy when it's like, oh yeah, it's been removed. We're usually going to speak so bad when the people are very close to us. They're going to annoy us so much. Again, even if you speak with people about it, you speak in your mind, okay? So you want to send away the judgment, and as a result, receive new vessels, it will transform to zachuyot, to a merit, to speak good on others, to speak good on the world. We don't have enough people speaking good of this world. People speaking so bad. God forbid, it's a doomsday, the world is destroyed, and that's it, the world ends. What? First of all, that's never going to happen. You should stop it because it doesn't help. It's just prolonging the chaos. It's prolonging your inability to influence this world when you speak bad about the world. The world is this, the world is that. I'm moving to an island. All of this nonsense. Stop it. We're going to be the people who change that instead of people who are destroying that. That's what it's all about. So obviously, this is what we want to send away, this talk about the world. They talk about what kind of God does this and that. If you don't understand, better for us. There's no God or creator or light that wants to destroy that, right? Or us or harming. It's us, our doing. It's everything being given to us to control everything. So this is what we're gaining in Yom Kippur. It's funny that Yom Kippur, it's the day that the negative side is called Hasatan. Hasatan is the evil inclination. Your evil inclination, your negative side, all your negativity get a break, right? Because we know Hasatan is the same numerical value as 364, which means he works 364 days to completely annihilate us, and one day he gets a free off day. This is the day, Yom Kippur. The Creator tell him, oh, don't worry, you don't have to work today, everything is good. But for the people who know how to connect, that's why there are many different ways that we are connecting Yom Kippur. So some of us know we are fasting, we're not using food, not showering, there are what we call 5 restrictions. These 5 restrictions is some kind of restrictions that we're putting on us this day, so we will be invisible to the energy of negativity. We want to disconnect from what we call in Kabbalah the 1%, the physical attachments in this world. And therefore, Satan, the negative side, it doesn't see you. You become the invisible person, right? You're seen but unseen. So we know that in order to do that, I need to ask myself if I'm interested to help the world, if I'm interested to protect my world, right? And if I'm interested to have or to be part of the leaders of the world who's shifting the consciousness, even though they're not going to give us credit, nobody's going to put you on a billboard if you change the world. That's not the work. The work of the Kabbalah is underground. We affecting the source, and then everything else is affecting. Okay? So that's the idea. And I want to end up with a story, right? A short story that maybe 2 beautiful stories, because we know that this is the time that we understand the global responsibility. This is what it is. Rosh Hashana is one thing, it's internal, but Yom Kippur takes you globally, quantum level. Bina is the level that we want to awaken, protection to every part of us and every part of the world. So there was a story that I like to share in this time. It's about these 2 friends. So one, back in the days, one guy was owed money to the king, and the king came to arrest him. He says, I'm giving you 24 hours to give me the money. He says, okay, I'm gonna make it happen. Give me, the 24 hours. I'm gonna go and get the money. He says, no, you are under arrest. He put him in prison. He says, get me the money. So I'm gonna get you. He says, I don't care. You get somebody to get me the money. So his best friend comes to the king and he says, listen, put me in. Let my friend go get the money. He know people. I don't know how to get it. He's gonna go. He says, okay, but if your friend 24 hours is not coming back, you are going to be sentenced to death, right? You're gonna be killed. He says, absolutely, I get it. But my friend will never do that, right? Obviously, he went. Now his friend is been in jail. It's been 20 hours not coming back, 22 hours not coming back, 23 hours not coming back. So, okay, the king says, prepare the friends to be, guillotine. Right? Wow. He says, okay, if my friend couldn't do it, I guess I need to be sacrificed to my friend. They take him in. As they're about in the last second, they hear his friends screaming from far away. He says, stop. Obviously, they stop everything. The friend came, but unfortunately, he didn't have the money. And he says, I'm sorry, but I couldn't make it, but okay, I'm going to move my friends. It's my sentence. I'm gonna be into death. And then his friend says, no, I already decided for you that I will do it. Go, it's okay. I'm gonna sacrifice myself for you. You have all your family, you need to do this. No, and they start arguing, right? They start arguing back and forth, fighting with each other. No, you're gonna go. No, you crazy, you're gonna go. The king saw the love that they have between them. And the king realized that if he kills one person, he kills the other one as well. And the sentence was only for one person. So he said, because of that, the decree has been canceled. Right? This is through love. This is through love, absolute love, and willing to give everything to help another soul, another individual, remove the judgment from everyone, right? So it's important for us to at least to open our heart to that level, that we care a little bit more for the world in this time. This is a global mission. I'm telling you what we're doing and the work that we're doing, and we have a beautiful Shabbat this weekend. We have a lot of people, a lot of waiting list. I'm apologizing for those of us who are watching who cannot be. We're going to open another date. We want to accommodate everybody. So we really, really feel the responsibility for us to spread that light, this wisdom, and let people use it to their best of knowledge. And if they need more help, they're going to ask for more help. But definitely this is part of what you want to awaken here. The last thing, a quick understanding here is, remember that they say in Rosh Hashana, the book of life is open. Who is going to be written to the book of life? And who is going to be written, God forbid, to the book of death or, evil, right? And in Yom Kippur, there is called Khatima, the signature. So obviously, a lot of people have this like little silliness that there's a God who's sitting in like okay, I'm gonna write you here. Oh, you're not writing. Obviously, that's a very nice way of looking at things, but it's a little childish. The real idea is that the book of life is open, and you meant to write yourself, scribe yourself in that book. That's what it is. It's not like, oh, I wish you all to be written in the book of life. What do you mean? I wrote myself in the book of life. I know exactly what I want to do this year. I want to know exactly how much I want to reveal this year. I write myself. I don't wait. Somebody write me. Can you please write me? No. We've been given this opportunity. If you do the work, if you don't do the work, of course not. And what happened in Yom Kippur? You sign on the contract. Yes, I've done this, I've done that, I've done this. Okay, all of that. I'm taking responsibility. Boom, signature. Done. And in the what we call the Simchat Torah, the third column, the third holiday, is when they sending that letter. Right? Again, we're gonna get it, we're gonna speak more about it, but this is what's happening. You have to sign on all what you've done, you didn't do, your negativity. This is what you do in Yom Kippur. But if you don't see it, how can I sign up? So the last beautiful story that I really like is that I know that we always asking. So one king had two assistants, right? And every time they there's one of the assistants come and ask. He asks for something. I need to do this. I need to do this. I need that. I need that. He gives him right away. And the other one who comes and asks, I need this. Oh, come tomorrow. They come tomorrow. Yeah, come in 2 hours. Never give him what he wants. The king never give him what he wants. And the one guy come, boom, take it right away. Go. Come next week, boom, go, bye-bye. The other guy comes asking, no, come next hour, in 2 hours, come in 3, come tomorrow, please. Come tomorrow morning, come tomorrow morning, come to in the evening. So one day, someone from the side, family member, asked the king, I see that you have the two people that always coming and asking. This guy, why are you giving him so much right away? And this guy, you make him like go back and forget about. He said, it's very simple. That guy, it doesn't really make me so happy. So he come and ask, take and leave. I don't want to be around you. But that guy, I always wanted to come back. He makes me happy just seeing him. So I'm always making sure that he's going to keep coming. Because if I'm going to give him, he's going to think, he doesn't need to come anymore. But I want him to keep coming to me. So again, what the awakening is for us is to be likable by the Creator, by what's your request, right? How sweet you are, right? What do you do with what you get? And how sincere are you? How many times do you have to keep asking? Trust me, you are more likable in the upper world, in the spiritual world, than anyone who comes just get whatever they want. So don't really think or mistakenly that if you didn't get what you want right away, something is wrong with you. No, maybe something good about you. So obviously to awaken that, again, some of us need to keep asking again and again and again, because it makes the light of the Creator so open for us, as opposed to people who come once a year and want to ask all the time for greatness, for bigger picture. And obviously to be partner in this world of removal of pain, death, and suffering. So I see you, whoever comes this Shabbat in downtown, and if not, if you want to join Yom Kippur, let us know. But if not, have a beautiful rest of the year. We'll see you next week.